There we go. Hello everybody and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 16 Finals. We never got a ticket. With me here today, of course, is the Doctor of Dota, Randy.
Hey, what's going on? It's me, Randy.
With me here today is the Doctor of Dota, Randy, who's already muted his mic 1 second into the cast. It's not concerning or anything. Oh! Quick, say something.
I'm saying something.
There we
It's
go.
kind of shit. I'm here from a hotspot, but what can you do?
Yeah, you had to make it though. And of course, the winner of Season 15's victorious team, BlueJay.
Official winner.
Yeah, you were telling me before the cast about how you actually won by a lot.
A lot. Many points. Many touchdowns.
Yeah, that's true. You got many touchdowns. You got a few touch-ups even, as I understand
Actually,
it.
did you have more kills in the last game? Because that means you technically won.
Yeah, of course.
Oh no, I accidentally linked the link to the stream slightly early. Whoops. Oh well, it'll be 30 seconds.
Ooh, Underlord. Here we go. Dynamic offlaner. Is that both offlanes? Interesting.
Yes,
Interesting.
I think so.
Is that what people
Yep.
are doing with this first pick now? With this new
Well, people are still experimenting with this first pick now, I think, more than anything else. It is notable, I think it is more, that this is two picks that both of these teams have historically relied on.
I see.
So, the Sand King, less than the Pit Lord, of course. We have seen big moves from the Giraffe. Actually, no, I think I'm high. Never mind. I think they just picked it because it's super OP. But I do believe they have ran it so far in the season. Yeah, they ran it on bracket already.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team back.
Drow Sniper, okay.
Yep. Just looking at things that Pit Lord hates to play into. You'd think Pit Lord would actually secretly like to play into Sniper, but the problem is that it's hard to actually ult on him before he gets away, and it's very comfortable for him to just stay out of your passive range and just donk you down to death.
I mean, in theory, it's good, right? Because the map is so big now, there's just so many ways to flank these squishy range heroes now. With a hero like Underlord, it doesn't matter where he is, he's always going to find the angle to come in from
Doctor got interesting.
Witch Doctor.
And
That's a strong combo.
Also,
That's
hero in the entire game.
Problem is that that's assuming people are alone, and this is not a popular patch to be alone, not by any regard.
10 seconds remaining.
Sand King, Witch Doctor coming up here. I mean, these are two people that, at least in pub so far, have pretty well defined this meta. Two heroes on this Monstars team that have so far been very, performing very well, getting the Disruptor out, just going for comfort on the other side of the coin. Pit Lord and Disruptor isn't the worst combination in the world, though they do feel a little redundant with each other.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. The Witch Doctor and Sand King just make a lot more sense, and it feels a lot easier to just make that work, and a lot simpler.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of simple for the Disruptor and the Pit Lord to work, because the difficulty with making that work is Disruptor puts up a kinetic field, and then Pit Lord hits Q on top of it. But
Yeah. There's just a lot more to think about when you're using those two heroes and the other two. They're bound at the PA. There. Treant Protector.
that's interesting. Not a hero that we've seen altogether too much of in this particular season.
Oh my god, I still remember. Dude, last season, that's all I ever saw every fucking game.
Yeah, not this time.
I'm tired of
not
this.
so much.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
We have
remaining.
seen Copless run the Treant so far in this season, though almost uniquely. It's been decent. It's not been the worst tree meta in the world, it feels like, though. I will also say it does not feel particularly like it has all that much impact.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
been
well,
running
It's
it.
not too truck OP.
He's been running at 5, I assume, or
Yes.
4? 5, okay. So they have all the utility in the world right now. They need heroes that can start doing things now.
Yeah, I will say it does feel, again, a little bit redundant here. It feels like most of the upside that you get with Treant Protector, you already get with Pit Lord and Disruptor, and you don't really get anything new. You just kind of get more of the same. One thing you definitely don't have that much of yet is damage.
So I think they need right now. They're gonna need a mid hero that's gonna be able to move around a lot and very quickly, and the Dire needs to take care of that. Because right now these 3 heroes together, they're gonna catch you, but they're not really gonna do anything beyond that.
Yeah.
So
And
they need
you're
somebody
in a-
from mid that's gonna be moving around with them all the whole time.
You're in a rough position as well, where you can definitely, so far, I think you can put a lot of your pressure on Looter and Princess without really sacrificing much. You know, if you're somebody who's... Well, I mean, you already got somebody who doesn't care about the Pit Lord passive in the form of the Sand King, and the Witch Doctor, both of whom are going to do about 1 billion damage to you anyway if left unchecked. So if you're able to, as a team, maneuver around those ults, that's an interesting one coming out, the Phoenix.
There's no egg hitters right now.
Yeah,
It's concerning.
super no
That
egg
makes
hitters.
sense. I like this pick. They run at you with these heroes. You just press egg in the back, and they have no way to get to them, no way to really deal with that.
And he just got a pretty decent buff too, so it's not a bad idea by any regards.
5 seconds remaining.
See what they go for here.
Strat is kind of concerning me, I'll be honest. Like, it feels like the Looter is... I mean, like Princess as well, I guess. Depends on what they pick for him. But, like, Looter especially is the win
Well,
condition. Like,
The way
Yeah.
Looter plays, I think, actually does sort of... he likes to go for those heroes that do like to move around a lot anyway, so they have a lot of options there. I'm thinking of like a Quap, Primal, something like that.
Yeah, I do think, from the perspective of Looter being the win condition, that has not necessarily been bad for the Hollywood team thus far in the season. Ricky.
He's gonna be less a win condition, more like a space creating condition, and then Princess is gonna be like, hopefully something that can eat it up.
I don't know, I think it's a
I
hard
like the
game.
Ricky.
I think no matter what at this point, it's going to be a hard game for your Pause 1, because this team is
you need a lot
not...
of things for him, right? You need
Yeah.
someone who survives Death Lord, someone who hits Egg, and someone who doesn't get screwed by
5
Smoke Cloud.
seconds
That's like a
remaining.
lot of ifs.
And
Actually,
somebody
I
who
really
can...
like this game.
Somebody who can also, by the way, survive into the combination of Maledict and Sand King before the BKB comes out.
No, this Ricky's gonna be really annoying. I think it really complicates these like Quap picks or like Ember,
Radiant
these
team
like really mobile heroes.
Gonna be bringing out the Medusa.
Okay.
Jeez, the Princess.
She's kind of an egg hitter, at least.
Okay, I can see this.
But, you know, Medusa is going to have the issue where it's like, Medusa is going to have to be out kind of uncomfortably early. Kitty says, bring J-Bay, bring Jug mid, let's go. Nice. Medusa is going to have to be out a little awkwardly
10
earlier.
seconds
Like,
remaining.
this team, so far, let's just call a spade a spade. Team Hollywood is not going to be winning these early game engagements. They just don't have a team that does that. They have a team that has some great early game disengage, and a team that also just is not going to be bringing that much damage to fights. It's like, you've pretty much just got, like, whoever is in Static Storm is going to die. And that's all they've got.
5 seconds.
Now, the good news is, you are guaranteed, basically, a kill in the Static Storm. But that's it. That's all of their damage early on right now.
I'm guessing this Medusa's gonna be the carry, right, for Princess?
Radiant
Most
team
likely.
back.
Okay. I think this really complicates things for Looter, because now I think they're gonna need to play like a heavily defensive game to buy time. I don't think they can go for this crazy tempo anymore, because all the heroes down here for the Dire, they're all gonna outpace this Medusa like crazy. As soon as this Ricky gets Diffusal, that's literally all he needs, and he starts just chasing things down, and everybody's just gonna die.
Remaining.
They're all just gonna move forward.
Looter
They're just not gonna be
can
able to stop anything.
Looter can run mid snap hypothetically, but unfortunately mid snap is, I think, the lowest win rate mid in the game right now. With amazing change from last patch. Would not be anything new for Looter to run the risky strats like that, though.
Team pick.
I think this is they're gonna need something risky for sure. Either double down and trying to be something aggressive, or something just go full defense. I think that they go something safe in the middle.
I
it's not
don't.
gonna
I
work.
don't think they can go aggressive. They lack too much early game damage. If they go something
Yeah.
aggressive here, just one hero is not going to change that. None to Sand King, none to Witch Doctor, none to Ricky, not even really to Phoenix.
5 seconds.
You're not going
It
to
would
change
be
the equation that
crazy.
much. Nobody can. You're just going to have to get somebody who's going to be able to take advantage of the disengage.
Mhm.
That's pretty much your strength. The Dire still, I mean...
Oh, he's banned. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, there you go. The Dire still actually have pretty decent chase too, so there is a risk of that. But it's definitely going to
Something like a mid gyro or Dawnbreaker, I think would be good for them.
be potentially.
Something that could like really stop these aggressive pushes and like sort of fight back when they're running at you on their towers and things like that. That's kind of all I'm seeing right here, with this 3 first picks that kind of make your life a little hard.
Yeah. 3 first picks. They're bringing out the Dragon Knight.
Just one way to defend. That's gonna be a little rough.
Oh, somebody wants me to flame the hell out of this draft.
We'll see how this works out. I mean, it's a defensive hero, but he
Yeah.
kind of just stands there taking it. He can't really dish out much in return to like retaliate or like buy
Yeah.
time.
It's like it's a time buying hero, right? So like you want damage going towards that instead of like your Medusa, I guess. But like 2 tanky heroes and a Medusa is like a classic draft. But
But then
I feel
yeah,
like,
you open yourself up to something like this with a Timber.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
like horrible for almost everybody involved. The only hero on the entirety of the Dire, or on the Radiant, that's like okay into Timbersaw is just the Medusa, and the Medusa has enough answering her that's not going to be that much of concern.
Yeah, I think they really needed that utility mid because this hero, he needs farm even if it's just a defensive hero. He still needs items to like make himself kind of useful.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's just standing there like a range creep, just taking it.
Yeah, and the issue I mentioned before of, you know, the Hollywood team is going to get kills in Static Storm and that's it, that's still there. It's still the case that the only time these guys are really going to get kills is in the Static Storm, so you really better hope you hit a lot of very useful people with it. In particular, if Witch Doctor is not in the Static Storm, then he's just going to kill everybody. You know, that's an incredibly dangerous hero in this patch, and I don't think it was very respected at all. Not many things stop his ult in particular. And that's pure damage now, baby. Let me tell you who doesn't like to look at pure damage. There's a man named Dragon Knight. Pure damage just cuts through him, hot knife through butter. Let me tell you who does not like pure damage as Pit Lord. You know, there is no 35% off with pure damage. It is 100% hitting you hard as it can all the time, and worse yet, those damage block items that Pit Lord likes so much didn't even work on the last iteration of this, so let alone now.
Yeah.
Armor's not going to help you now. The items that he really likes to buy aren't going to help him here.
No, I see the
Overall-
ways. I see the way. If I'm the leader team, I'm telling them, okay, we're just gonna identify where this Timber is, group up, push away from him, and as soon as he goes to us, we go away with Underlord and just keep pushing any lanes away from the Timber and find everybody else.
I don't know, I feel like that's a little hard to do when you got a Sand King on the enemy team.
It's very hard to do.
I feel like
For
the
sure.
Sand King is better at that than you.
I feel like in the last patch, this game is quite easy actually for looter team because you can just wait out, get like 40 minutes into the game, and all they have is a Ricky. But like Witchstalker and I guess to a degree Sand King, even though his nerfs are too like extremely OP. I feel like Witchstalker actually melts you late game now.
Yeah, Witch Doctor is really, really nasty. This is the highest win rate hero in the game. This is this patch's version of Medusa, baby. I don't think he's quite as bust as Dusa was in 733, especially after the immediate knee-jerk nerf, but this guy still, not only does he melt people, he's somebody that they really don't have any nice answers to. It's like, here's the list of things. I don't think Root stops your channel. So Pit Lord's out.
No.
You've got the DK stun, and you've got Medusa turning you to stone. You've got Glimpse and Static Storm, and that's your only options. And hey, that sounds like a lot, but hey, you know, two of those things you're like a puzzle or come on, guys. It's 1 minute in the game, not even. Two of those things are things your pause 1 and pause 2 are doing, and that's not something you want to do to just a little pause 5 Witch Doctor. And one of those things is, like, if you do that to a Witch Doctor, you're just going to lose a fight, because, like, you know, what you really need is you need the Sand King in particular to be in Static Storm. Ideally, get him in there with the Phoenix. But you really need the Sand King to be in the Static Storm. I don't think you realistically have a place to win a fight without that.
The thing is also kind of needs a Witch Doctor to get items, because like this hero is not truly OP until X.
On one hand,
So
that's
it
true,
might
but on the
take
other
a
hand,
while.
I don't know if that's necessarily, well, I mean, for starters,
This removes their late game like even further, because
yeah.
if they go late, like going late would be great last patch because you only have to contend with a Ricky, but you now have to contend with a Witch Doctor X.
Yeah.
The aggression in the
Sand
bottom
King
lane.
got his Burrow Strike level 1, and he's already kind of getting hit by it. Well, with that all being said, though, it's time for everybody's favorite part of the cast, the roll call. On Team Hollywood, pause 1, you've got Princess on the Medusa. Pause 2, you've got Looter. Rhymes with, or last name is Shooter, actually. It doesn't rhyme with Chris, it's somebody else. Looter, last name Shooter, on the Rip Hollywood, on the Dragon Knight. Pause 3, you've got Majwunni on the Pit Lord. Pause 4, you've got Hollywood, who just came back up as a Disruptor, who is the captain of this team. And pause 5, you've got Copless on the Treant Protector. On the other side of the coin, on Team Reedy, pause 1, you've got the man himself on Ricky. Pause 1. Pause 2, you've got J-Bay on the Timber Saw. Pause 3, you've got Giraffe on the Sand King, who is really paying for not taking that Sandstorm level 1 so far, it feels like. Pause 4, you've got Sabo on the currently deceased Phoenix. Oh no, Molsky on the currently deceased Phoenix, my mistake. And pause 5, you've got Sabo on the Witch Doctor.
Good old Sabo.
Yep. Getting that kill on the Phoenix is going to be good, because that is going to be another of these issues. It really does feel like the Hollywood team is like 75% proactive, basically. It's not really respecting what the Reedy team brought to the table. There's really not a great answer for the Sand King. You've pretty much just got Disruptor, and to a lesser degree the Treant. There's really nothing at all that's that great against the Phoenix. Like, you have the Princess, but Princess is not going to have like a comfortable amount of attack speed for quite a while and has a lot of stuns to get into. You can very easily, as this Dire team, break any attempt that the Medusa is doing to break the egg for a very long time in this game, and nobody else is going to come close for you.
Yeah, these first 3 levels are gonna be Princess's time. After they start getting levels and damage on these other heroes, it just becomes so hard to play. Especially Phoenix. He doesn't need a lot and just does so much damage to you very early.
Speaking of early levels, Looter taking an early backseat to the Timber Saw here. Perhaps not too surprising. I think I definitely would favor Timber in this lane.
That's probably the most important lane right now, because they really need Looter to have a really good game right now, and I guess the Timber is gonna be really hard to get there.
Yeah. Well, JB is so far taking more of a vested interest in getting his last hits than keeping Looter down. I think that's just kind of equally okay. Well, get Sandstorm, things start turning around. Treant dies off screen here.
Molsky being very aggressive on his Phoenix.
Yeah.
He can shoot them from like a mile away, but he gets right up on their faces. I don't care. Come at me, dude. What are you gonna do?
Playing ballsy is how I would describe it, I suppose. But, yes, just the second that Giraffe gets these skills in, gets quite a bit
stayed a little
tough,
too. Stayed a little too. Oh, nice. Good escape. Good escape.
Sick,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, he had the burrow up that whole time, so he wasn't really in any more danger than he let himself be in.
And he has that first item, Ring of Health. Really wants to fight here.
Yep. Kitty, upon seeing the Dragon Knight, just said, DK garbage. It's not very nice. I don't think he's, like, unplayably bad like he has historically been. I do think this is finally the patch that upgraded him from unplayably bad to just regular garden variety bad. So there's that at least. Which, for DK, there's like an amazing turn of events. Like, one of the strongest patches for him in years.
I just had a game where somebody was playing in position 1. Am I missing something, or what is this?
Who, Dragon Knight?
Yeah, Dragon Knight.
He's just one of those heroes where every time people think he's even, like, kind of vaguely almost good. G-Rav actually taking a spill down bot.
Playing very aggressive on low HP.
Yeah. Kind of all
Let's be a
figures
little
in
more
the
careful
lane are.
there.
This is interesting. Disruptor TPing into bot. Is he gonna try and get the
He wants
G-Rav?
to, yeah. He wants to get the glimpse play.
Glimpse CP.
But he doesn't even have a scroll, so
Oh, he did it. Oh, they
Molsky
can't
has
get
the
Molsky.
wand.
Unfortunate.
The fire spirit's doing so much work there. They can't hit him.
Killed.
And then on the other hand, while he was out, Madrwani lost his courier.
Majoni, no.
And now he might
Here
lose
we go,
his
here we go.
life. He's gonna put the root down here. Has a nice full wand, has a nice lotus. So he's actually gonna be living.
Yeah, it's fun.
He is gonna have to be walking home though. He does not have much reach in, and Hollywood is still quite far away.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Only coming in right now.
Radiant's
Not really good on the Hollywood's team that they're
Radiant's
basically
top tower is
monopolizing
under attack.
its top lane Lotus pool. That is one very large way to help you be able to deal with the Witch Doctor in the early. You know, it's like I was saying.
Well, this Witch Doctor's gonna be a little bit in trouble.
It's true.
Whoa, what is he doing? What is he doing? He just stood there! No! Call an ambulance, but not for me!
Yeah, Witch Doctor might actually not be the one
Oh,
in
Kali.
trouble here.
Reedy secures the kill. Very good.
That was
Well,
very
good
strange.
play.
I think they had this Witch Doctor dead to rights if he just waited another second for Underlord. I knew this spells.
Very odd. And very unfortunate. It is kind of an issue that has plagued these guys through this season.
A little bit of
Particularly last time
miscommunication
they
going
played.
on.
You know, so far, I mean, I think it's really not much of a secret that at this point, that these playoffs, they do quite heavily favor the Reedy team. I don't think to the point where it is an absolute, complete given that the Hollywood team are going to lose, but I would certainly say that I would be comfortable saying that they're the underdog lineup. They're the underdogs in this particular matchup. So far,
Anybody's game. It's anybody's game.
there we go. So far, again, the Timbersaw has not really been trying to completely hound out the Dragon Knight here at mid, which is an interesting thing. I do think he actually does have a pretty substantial last hit advantage. His deny advantage, not so much, which is a little interesting.
It's
I think he
almost,
could be
almost,
doing a little
it's almost 10 less hits. It's fine.
He's got his soul ring. It's not as much of a trash bag as it used to be, but I'm still kind of hoping. Apparently, sometime earlier in this season, somebody killed themselves as Timbersaw with a soul ring, which is always my favorite thing to see. They just soul ring trying to Timber Chain and then immediately die when they wouldn't otherwise. Hopefully we see a little bit of that this game, because that's always funny. Reedy just lets the Pit Lord
Get
that.
that. Down here.
I'm more surprised about how good this bottom lane has gone for Princess until now. Ew.
Oh, the top
GP
lane-
away! Nobody has anything! Oh my god.
Ricky goes down on the Hollywood here.
Unfortunate.
Takes him out. Musa does indeed DP away, as previously advertised, and the simultaneous fight at the bot lane. Where is?
Well, they needed
Audible
something to slow
Wonders?
this down. I guess that's something.
Yeah, even
Ricky
if
level 6 already. That's trouble.
yeah, even if you're not able to
Rest
outright
Oh.
kill,
Unfortunate.
Reedy just
Ricky's so annoying to deal with. He has such a high amount of just natural health regen. It's just so annoying to deal with.
Oh my god, Witch Doctor with the raw drop ult behind the tower here. That's very. I mean, I know this hero's broken, but buddy, that is very optimistic.
It's not broken yet. You need eggs.
That's true.
I think it's broken enough as it stands. The Axe just makes it monstrously so. You're definitely going to get a lot of kills early on doing fairly similar things to that, but you need the coconut. You're not going to be able to do that without a coconut, even to a guy like that.
They stopped being
Raph
aggressive
is
in this Dusa.
alone.
It looks like. It looks like they decided to just give the Dusa the free farm. They stopped being aggressive on him completely.
Yeah.
Muskie is out of this lane completely. That was a very awkward scenario where both of the guys on the Radiant team just start trying to beat up G-Raph, but can't actually do enough damage without the snake bounces to do anything to him.
Nobody can kill each other in this lane, but that's so good for the Dusa. I think that's so much worse for the Sand King.
Another go on the Pit Lord at top. Ricky Diffusal Blade is coming out very soon. I think when he does, these two are going to definitely be able to be a very nasty fire team. Pit Lord just barely survived the Maledict there. Once they do, these two are going to be a very nasty fire team. Timbersaw going
As
deep
soon as
in
as
here.
soon as he gets a Diffusal Blade, he can just ignore the Underlord. He can like go on that teleporter, go bottom, and then literally just kill Medusa and
Potentially.
the other hero down there, and he can just completely
What's
ignore
that
the
guy's name
Underlord.
again? Oh my god,
Oh,
Hollywood
Treant?
rotated mid to try and bail out DK, who was getting tower dove. Before the tower dive even started, he did predict that the dive was going to happen, but he didn't actually stop it in any meaningful way. Well, this is not where Timbersaw wants to be, though. Just let himself get glimpsed at an unfortunate time.
He got killed by a tree. That's fitting.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Oh, and he soul ringed before he died, too. On one hand, that's not great for old Timbersaw. On the other hand, this top lane is now at this point one
They took
so
out the
hard.
tower. Oh, they come in with the ults.
Nice static
Hollywood
sword.
with ult. Oh, that's such a good ult,
Yeah.
Ollie. Let's go.
Double kill, okay. All the advantages that this
Great,
Reedy team
great,
have
yeah.
just suddenly disappeared. Got very greedy trying to just feed on this Pit Lord here.
Might actually be in trouble because this Deuce is literally untouched right now. Like she's gonna have issues when this rookie gets Diffu, like he has Diffu, so she's gonna have issues soon.
I think that's where the big issues come. Those issues are a lot bigger than we think, though. Well, as soon as he has a Fusel, like it's gonna be really hard to like stop that momentum if he plays it right. Especially with this Timber that you just can't do anything about. Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, unfortunately,
He is by
Timbersaw's,
himself
like,
though under the tower.
the worst possible person to be doing anything about this, and G-Raph does not care. He is unmovable.
Oh,
Okay, so
wow.
they're gonna kill him.
My God,
Just
blows
disappeared.
them up.
They are
If
trying
he
really
survives,
hard.
this is insane.
Dire's middle
Trying
tower
so
is
hard to
under
get rid of
attack.
this guy. They really just can't do it.
Oh
Sand King
wow,
gonna
he's
come
coming
in
back
on
in
the
with
back.
the Sand King back with the ult.
Center.
Radiant's
Nice.
top tower is under attack.
Medusa just
Princess
dodging these
still-
bullets like
still
fucking
somehow
Neo in the
up.
Matrix.
Yeah.
Dire's middle
Hollywood not
tower
quite
has
doing the same.
fallen. Radiant's bottom
Every time there's a fight around Medusa always leaves with 100% HP and mana. What the hell?
It's actually insane. You're just like
Dire's middle tower is
hanging
under
out like
attack.
nobody touched him.
Oh, interesting lane to go to. Refusal Dick Rookie lane.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, it could be dangerous. So they're bringing the whole team here. So
Okay, yeah.
Is this bait? Is this a
They're sacrificing efficiency for safety.
if it is bait, it's not a very good bait because Ricky's already, huh? Come on, guys.
It's a terrible bait now because the guy who's supposed to be front line. got his-
I'm guessing they're saying
Us.
let's all group up top and just push this tower together, guys. I'm guessing that's what they're
More
saying
than
because they're
likely, yeah.
they know that Sand King doesn't have ult, so it's gonna be a little bit harder for them to defend it. But I mean, they can still defend it. They have the utility to do it, so we'll see how that goes. So this bottom tower by the Dire is just gonna go before they even get to that Radiant tower.
Shoutouts to Kai,
They're gonna
Kitty,
take a tower and then defend top.
Pages, and Vex who have all joined us in chat today. Also, shout
see,
out
we'll
to
see.
YOLO Girlio, who I don't know who that is. Looks like a bot. Sorry to you if your name is YOLO Girlio and you're not a bot, but you super look like a bot.
Tactical pauses? Question mark.
Yeah, baby, tack pause. Let's take a look at this net worth chart. So far, linearly favoring the Dire. Interestingly, one thing I will note is that despite Medusa having a pretty untouched, pretty casual laning phase, she's actually still feeling kind of behind if you look at the net worth chart. Sitting in
Yeah.
5th place.
That diffusal timing for the Ricky is basically the the big turning
Radiant's
points.
bottom tower is
Yeah, if they
under
can make something of this, it's going to be huge. Both teams going for each other's safe lane T1s. One interesting interaction with Pitlord and Ricky is that Pit of Malice reveals.
Some responses up here from the Twin Gates.
Here we go. They took a tower. Now they're
Yeah.
defending. I don't think this is worth it for the Radiant. I don't see them how they can win this without the ults. Oh,
Disruptor
Ricky went in a little way
jail.
too. Ricky went in way too early. Ricky did not need to go in there.
Again, this raw drop Sand ult with no stun. Jebe can't find a tree. This is like super not worth it. Yeah. They
Just a little bit of
have to coordinate this better.
A little bit of impatience from both teams because you have the Timber coming up. Ricky just needs to sit back and wait, let his team go in there, bait out the spells, and then you just go in and clean up. You shouldn't really be the first one to go in, especially if you haven't seen that Disruptor ult, because that's what's really gonna mess you up.
Well, the Disruptor ult didn't even come out. Disruptor 100 to 0 in the span of a single smoke cloud, but yeah, it definitely was too early there. It definitely cost him. And again, they did not get the Medusa, which meant nothing. Like, this is a one-man team. It's really what it is. None of the rest of these guys really mean anything. So you've either got to get objectives or you got to get Medusa. If you get a fight where 4 people die and Medusa lives, you actually didn't even win that fight.
Oh, he's coming for tree at bottom.
Yep.
Oh, unlucky. Okay, no, there we go. And that's the story of the next 20 minutes of what's gonna happen to these supports.
Hey, King, about
That's
to
the annoying
walking
thing
into
about Ricky
DK.
too. That like the map control you get with Ricky is so underrated. Like if you don't see him on the map, you're just afraid to move how you want to move, and it really just messes up your gameplay, especially as supports.
DK going
It forces you to play like really defensively.
DK Silver
First
Edge.
item.
Yes. He's got Power Trids and a
Interesting.
Bracer and a Shadow Blade. He's making a Silver Edge.
I don't know how I feel about that. 'Cause what that tells me is that they're committed to jumping onto the Timber for some reason, which I don't think might be the play.
No.
I think you just get Blink BKB and then just commit to kill everything and then leave the Timber alone and then just play the map around that. Because with Silver Edge, you're basically saying we have to go for Timber every time, almost. That we're committing to actually fight this guy.
This is going to walk away as Hollywood gets cut down.
And
Dire's top tower.
now they have Ricky problems.
Ricky took that 1v2 as well. Well, the rest of his team was at mid. So the rest of his team has major pushing problems, which is going to be kind of an unfortunate thing about this team in general, is these guys are going to have pushing problems for quite a long time, and I don't think much changes that. Copless just gets to walk out here scot-free.
Radiant's middle
These Radiant
playing
supports
harder
also
than
need to
us.
recognize that their freedom is over. They cannot play the game if they're not near their other cores.
They are properly happening
Oh!
like
Big
this.
fight coming in.
This is a really
Sun
good
coming
song.
out.
uphill.
Oh, Thugwood
Good,
with the defensive ult on Thugwood.
Yeah, pretty good ult on Thugwood's part as well. Pitlord is still going to go down here, though, which is not great. Especially with both
They only
Ricky
lost
and
one, but
Sand
they
King coming in the
lost
back line!
Oh, okay.
What an epicenter.
Yeah, DK out.
Yeah, the timings are hit. I think this game is
Princess
is
low.
the climax
Princess
of
low.
this game I think has been reached.
is under
So, yeah, that's kind of the issue. You literally cannot play this game as a Medusa against a diffy Ricky for like the next 20 minutes. I don't think this game will
Maybe
last
longer.
long enough for her to build items to counter that.
Yeah, that fight alone dropped their team pretty substantially. Midjwani is now sitting on less net worth than the Dyer's supports, and is going for a first item pipe, which, hey, don't get me wrong, I love pipe, and it's not like Crimson Guard is going to do anything for you here. But, I mean, let's just go down the list, are you ready? You know, Phoenix has magic damage, and that's fine. So that's good. You're dealing with Phoenix. Witch Doctor has magic damage on Maledict, but it's going to be like 1,000,000 magic damage when that comes out, so the pipe isn't going to help that much. Death Ward is pure. Timber Saw, like, all pure, basically. Till he gets shard,
Dire's
all
bottom
pure.
tower is under attack.
I think they're doubling down too hard on these defensive items. when you're this far behind, in my opinion, I think you have to just go all out on offensive items and try to get some pickoffs. Because if they're just stronger than you right now, you get defensive items. They're gonna keep beating you down, but you're not gonna be able to kill them. So you're just delaying your death by like maybe a few seconds. Is what's pretty much happening.
Yeah, the problem here is that with the way their draft has gone, I feel like a pick-based strategy is going to be very optimistic. Like, if you're gonna go for
Oh,
picks,
yeah,
what
of
you're gonna
course,
do is you're
of
gonna
course.
walk into Ricky a lot. You know. Gonna
Of
be
course,
like that sort of thing.
your best choices right now are the most optimistic ones, I think. Unfortunately. Yep.
Tree gets cut down in mere moments. Ricky
Mega
now
Ricky
well on the
moments.
top of the net worth charts, a 12k net worth advantage on the Dire.
I think this issue we were talking about in the draft is kind of manifesting, where this mid hero from looter team, they really needed to be more dynamic. They needed something that's able to like play with their teams, and like when they're running at you in their towers, you need something that can go in and just throw spells out, throw utility, and just make them second guess everything that they do. But with Dragon Knight, there's
He's
just
too
nothing to worry about on the
straightforward,
other team. Yeah.
Yeah, the classic issue I've always had with Dragon Knight basically goes like this. Even in the most ideal patches, it still often feels like the upside of Dragon Knight is that he blinks into the middle of a bunch of people, he stuns one of them, and then everybody just ignores him and beats the crap out of the pause one. Maybe if the up team is up by a lot, they can use him as a punching bag to see how much damage they do, but that's basically it. He's just far too easy to just sideline and ignore, and so far in this game, such is exactly what's happened. Most of the success so far in the Radiant has come from the support line. And in most of the fairer-looking fights, or in
And
most of the losing
success
fights,
being
it's
in
just-
success, the word success being in air quotes in this case, to be honest.
I mean, hey, they have gotten some good picks on Ricky. They have retreated the Medusa from danger, and like I said, this is a one-man show for sure on the Radiant. So to that end, even with the scoreboard looking like this, there have been some successes. It is not all bleak in this world, but it just feels like it's all come without him. Like, he's gonna have the break soon, yeah, but like on the other hand, if that's all you're gonna do, you could have just picked like mid hoodwink, you know? You could have just picked Viper and just spat on people.
I am really surprised. I think personally, Looter is has a very dynamic playstyle. He likes to play very like heroes that like to move around and do things. So I'm very surprised that this is the direction they went with.
Yeah, I think they were just trying to think of things that they can just, they can just soak up for Medusa. That just meat they can put in front of Medusa was, I think, their first and foremost concern. Medusa, who, by the way, has started to find her own jungle so oppressive that now she's doing their jungle.
Man,
Medusa just putting meat in front of her, just putting a wall in front of her, but I think Reedy is trying to find her, but she is not going to be found here. I think these illusions might tip them off that this is not the most valuable use of their time. Lord Ult coming in, but boy, this is an awkward place for Pitlord to try and do this. Everybody knows he's here, and he just dies immediately. This is, like, not good. Pitlord is such a big part of this team fight structure, and without him, they really lose so much.
I think they're not playing their heroes. They have an underlord. They have the capacity to just split up this map as much as possible and not have to like just go face on this.
I
They
mean,
can push out both lanes that they're not pushing and then just use underlord to like move around it. I don't know.
I think the ultimate problem they have, though, is that they really drafted themselves away from doing that. It's like I said, you could hypothetically split the map. Like, sure, you could have Pitlord go top and just solo push it, but he's also going to lose the 1v1 with Ricky,
Okay.
Ricky,
think you
oh
just
my
still
god, he
push
dodged
together,
the
I
glimpse!
Oh no.
Oh, he's playing with his food! There we go. Ricky just dodged the goddamn glimpse with his tricks of the trade. That's just so rude.
Yeah, I think they're. I don't know if their comms have gone quiet, but they're very disconnected. They're going in like one at a time. Underlord went solo bottom. Hollywood's playing solo top against the Ricky. There's not a lot of communication going on here about what they need to be doing, like as a team.
Shoutouts to Dark Ace in chat who just asked if BlueJay remembers him. I don't think he does, but
Who?
we'll see. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Who said that?
I don't know. Some guy. Dark Ace or something? Ever heard of a guy named
Base?
Dark Ace?
Dark base, yeah, dark base.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Pager says what instead? I mean, it is a good question. I don't think this is like a one hero issue draft for the Hollywood team. There's an issue they've had before. It's like you can't replace the Dragon Knight with something better because you still have the ultimate issue that you have 3 other heroes besides him that really just don't do damage at all. 3 other heroes besides him which are just kind of all based around the core concept of disengaging. I think you couldn't replace the DK with a better hero and have a better game. I think you would need to start, like, you'd need to do more than that. I think, really.
They went too far into utility, I think.
Yeah. And I love utility. Basically, every hero I play is more or less centered on utility, one way or the other. Don't get me wrong. But
well, the fortunate thing for them, if they end up losing this game within the next like 5-10 minutes, it's very easy to motivate your team. Be like, oh guys, we fucked up the draft. That has nothing to do with us. Let's go. Let's move forward. And, you know, let's keep it going. So that's the positive. That's the positive.
We've been walking into a 5, but his team's coming from the back line.
Center.
Here we go.
Epicenter just kind of.
It's not much to do.
Nice static storm.
Nice static
Oh,
storm.
Ricky, oh, Ricky's in trouble. That's huge. That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah, Ricky actually did die out there. They got a couple of kills in the wake, but
he died to looter. Oh, but now they're just they're looking for them in base. This is oh no. Oh, this is so demoralizing. If they kill this dude, it's so demoralizing.
No way.
Oh, they gotta do.
This is actually just gonna kill them.
They're flying way too close to the sun. They're burning up.
Wow,
Oh,
what a
no.
disastrous performance.
DK's impactful, guys.
They see Timber going in the base. They're like, "Oh, we can do that too." No, you can't. No, you can't.
Yeah, that was super.
Only Timber can do that.
If there is going to be a
Super
way,
Reedy.
yeah, there we go. There's going to be a way for the Hollywood team to have a game here. That's what's going to need to happen is for the Reedy team to make massive miscues like
Just
that.
so sick, dude. The only reason Reedy dies there is because of the static storm placement. Like, it's incredible.
Yeah, that was a really good static storm actually. Now that you mentioned it.
Well, it definitely has been settled that while the Reedy team is very substantially ahead, even after that, they
Hey, what is this? What is this? What is this counter on top of Timber? What was that?
That's his axe.
Flamethrower, yeah.
Oh, they
That's
changed
not
the axe. I didn't even know
flamethrower.
this.
Oh, it's not flamethrower?
No, it's the reactive armor
Oh,
thing.
it's the reactive armor, yeah. I thought it was duration for this short. At least he doesn't have short.
Yeah, he does not even have one of those, so. Yeah,
Might,
I mean,
in a few seconds. Probably won't, actually.
the Reedy
Static team
is
going for their Tormentor,
very
but they're not. They can't. They can't get it. They almost killed the Phoenix trying to get that Tormentor.
Even after a massive misplay like they just had, they are still up 15k now because they're kind of wasting a lot of time trying to do this Tormentor without Ricky. They really can't do.
They're just goofing.
But if there's one thing that's definitely been decisively proven, it's they need Roche. Like, they super duper need to do Roche before they make any plays like that. If Ricky just dies 1 second into a fight, you just have no fight. Even with all you've got, you still just, you know, he needs to be there to kill Medusa, and Medusa is it. Like, if you don't kill Medusa, you didn't do anything, like I said up top. Like, great if you killed the 4 other guys, but you didn't really accomplish anything except padding out your pockets.
Do you know if the tricks of the trade go through evasion? Those the hits that he does with his E.
I'm not 100% sure.
Because this Medusa's rushing Butterfly, but I feel like all their damage is coming from magic, and then Ricky can just use tricks of the trade because he has Ags now, so that's all that's gonna be coming out.
I think you can read them.
Yeah, I'm not confident.
I think you just go like Scotty, BKB or something, and just become a tower every time they try to go high ground.
Yeah. Timbersaw going for the BKB here. An interesting play. Hollywood team trying to secure the Roche pit area, though not for long. And again, without Ricky, I think Reedy really almost. I hate to drop a train on this guy, but it feels like he's kind of having a bad understanding of what he should be doing in this game. Like, him running around alone, trying to randomly just luck into finding Medusa is not going to be doing it for him. Unless he just kind of knows where Medusa is at all times, right? Like.
But they also have 2 T2s up on the Radiant that they should not be having right now. They could just bully these towers and there's nothing they can do about it, honestly.
Bro.
Another one.
Yeah.
Alright, hold on, guys. We gotta strategize.
Yeah, attack pause. Wisdom rune here. Attack pause for sure. Yeah. They are centering around the Roche, but now, which is good. They definitely need this Aegis. I think if Reedy gets Aegis, there's a definitive chance the next team fight is just a breaking point. The Hollywood team is not in a great position to do something about that, but notably they could at the very least. They have Pit Lord, they have Pit Lord ult. He could drop a drop Pit Lord Express to where the rest of his team is and counterplay on that. There's that at least.
I think these next like 5 to 10 minutes are gonna be very crucial for the Dire. If they don't make these aggressive plays, I think their Radiant's gonna be so happy about all this time they're buying from Medusa.
Yeah, the last 5 minutes, the Dire don't feel like they've done anything. It's like all that's really happened is that Giraffe has slid down the net worth chart. That's about it. Tractor is about halfway to Ag, so there's that at least. You know, as stated earlier, there's not really any, like, sufficient answer. It's just, I hope that when he gets Ags, he doesn't still just try to raw drop that bad boy without any kind of stun. Like, at least throw the coconut first, homie. At least throw the coconut, at least have the burrow strike. You know. I've seen enough raw drop Witch Doctor ults do nothing in this game to last me 10 lifetimes. He's good, but not when you do that.
I mean, I guess, and there is a world where I can see this Reedy team getting desperate, trying to go like high ground or something, and just running into that Disruptor ult with Medusa and just throwing things at you. There's always that, I guess.
Yeah, Disruptor is looking at an Ags, though, unlike Witch Doctors, his is slightly less optimistic looking.
He just DC'd again, no word.
Bro, no way
Holy.
this is how finals goes!
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Sure
can you
is.
imagine that?
Alright,
What
Nani,
a-
you're up to bat. Get in
I'm
there.
gonna save a lot of bandwidth, you know?
What
Get
an
in there, Nani.
glorious way for this season to end that would be. BlueJay has been,
Yeah, bro, it's their
assessed
buzz free. Get in
clueless.
there.
BlueJay is clueless and Paige has said, "Wee!" But I'm not sure why. Probably because of the pause, if I'm guessing. Also, Geistonly. Shoutouts to Geistonly.
GG, good season.
Geistonly says LD2L equals Looter Dota 2 League and followed it up by saying, Looter is taking over the game, turning his hacks on right now. Yeah, that's true. Looter's just going to turn on his hacks, but unfortunately, even when you turn on hacks with...
His hacks overpowered Madroni's computer. What can you
It's
do?
true. Even when you turn on hacks as Dragon Knight, he's only as strong as like most of the other heroes in the game, so you know how that goes. If Dragon Knight was a real person, man, I would get so much hate for this stream. I always get personal with him. I don't know why it is. I just don't like the guy. I even ping him. He does have his Silver Edge, he has his BKB by this point, 9 seconds, so he's gonna have that if they decide to try, if they have the opportunity, to try and contest Roche. They do have the ability to pop that 9-second BKB on the DK.
I don't think they're anywhere near set up to even try to fight this Roche.
Hey, like I said, you know, they're split now, but it's going to be a long Roche. It's going to take a long Roche, and they have the Pit Lord ult, if he ever comes back. If he just drops the Pit Lord ult around near that Watcher that 3 of those guys are on, I think they can potentially contest. I think there will be enough time for that.
Assuming this game happens, which is further assumption by the second, you know.
There's two options. They either do that or take advantage of this time as much as possible and get as much of the map as they can and try to fix up the map and force them to play a little bit further back.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's far too optimistic at this point. I feel like maybe I'm gonna eat crow for this. But I feel like if they get the Aegis on this, it just is most likely just game as a result. I think if you can't just like shock kill Ricky, and he gets the chance to just eat Medusa like he did in the big decisive 5-for-1 trade, if you can't shock kill Ricky, then yeah.
That can be deceiving in games like this, especially with a hero like Ricky that has the ability to just jump in really far. You have that vulnerability of like, you have Aegis, you're really far ahead, so you feel invincible, so you just jump all the way in their base and try to kill somebody in the back. You die with Aegis in their base, and then you're kind of screwed. use up all your blinks or something. Like
Yeah, I
that's
mean, that
usually
is
the
potentially
trap that
possible,
you can
but-
fall into.
But they need a static storm to kill him, and you can
Yeah.
only like if you kill him with static storm, you kill the Aegis, and then you don't have it to kill him like
Yeah.
for real.
And you
Yeah, the
still,
issue.
and you've now also, I mean, one of the big reasons the last fight went as well as it did is because Static Storm got both the Ricky and the Timbersaw. If you get just Ricky in the Static Storm and all it takes is Aegis, and you have no Static Storm at all, and remember that thing I said at the top of the game? If they don't have the Static Storm, they just cannot get kills, and that has not changed. Not significantly, anyway.
We'll see how this plays out. I mean, I don't think this looter team is even thinking about quitting. So
Oh
They're
yeah,
gonna-
they're not gonna be
they're
quitting.
gonna
but-
hold up. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna hold. I mean, they better. It's finals. If you're gonna randomly just drop a GG in finals, I don't know what to tell you, but then if you're gonna randomly stop hitting the ancient in finals, I don't know what to tell you either. So there's that.
Got him.
Apparently, oh, shoutouts to Warcarp who has just showed up here.
It's the perfect time for a sponsor break on Ani.
Apparently, Pages is
Who's
a
sponsoring this stream?
Pages is a perfect with no O. Pages is nature's perfect. Which sounds like a weird like onomatopoeia. I always have to think about what that word is before I say it. Like you're just reading a book and it's like Randy adjusted himself on his chair, which made a loud perfect sound.
Come on, bro. My bandwidth is taken away.
Well, he really did disconnect fully. What the hell?
Yeah, he was DC'd the whole time. They mentioned an internet cut. His internet got cut, but
So tell us about this Squarespace deal.
I don't have a Squarespace, dude. I look like some kind of sellout to you. I don't have no ExpressVPN deal. I don't have no NordVPN deal. Oh, I guess if we want to do shoutouts, though, shoutouts to Deacon Carp. Carp's second son, who was born in the middle of this season, I believe, 2 weeks ago. Or maybe one, I could be bad at counting. But he was born pretty recently, and that's the important bit.
Oh, we're back in it. We're back in it.
Lord is
So
back, we will
pause
again.
that long, like knock you off your game if you're one of these teams, or what?
Maybe.
Like you forget what you were doing, like your
Yeah, I think-
mental plans get unraveled.
I think that's more important for the Hollywood team than for the Reedy team, because if both of these teams just go on autopilot now, the Reedy team's going to win it. J-Bay says Guar. You know, in the Beavis and Butthead game on SNES, you're trying to repair 2 tickets to a Guar concert. And that's as much as I know about them. I'm sure PVC Pipe will be pissed, but
No, Roche.
yep.
Rush
Roche
going
is
down.
coming
They're
out.
using this time to farm.
As mentioned before, it is a rather slow-going Roche. I don't know if it was actually even caught by the Radiant. I bet you could probably make the assumption, but
I guess they just don't want to risk it at this point.
just killed Phoenix.
They feel like they're walking on very thin ice right now.
And worse yet for the Radiant, there's a massive wave of creeps right here, and they have no glyph. That is interesting. This team is rolling out a little bit. Phoenix has popped out to take the Wisdom. They're actually spreading out. They're not just going to immediately try to make a decisive push up here. It's interesting. I do think this will be a very good time for it, especially considering no matter what, you're basically guaranteed at least the T2 top, and that's a pretty good prize to...
Oh, great heavens.
We're getting a rulebook, dude. This is how this is gonna end.
Mamma mia.
It's just over, dude.
We 4v5 in or what?
Dude, it's like 4v5 anyway, so my fucking limited data on this shit.
Damn, dude, you're not looking at finals? There's gonna be a game
It's a
too.
fucking shitpost
I mean,
4v5.
did it something like this happen last season where like they paused for like a long time, and then like all the gold from one team went to like the other team.
Yeah, they
yeah.
lost all the money.
Only one person, like it was Boss. Yeah, the only one who didn't get like counted as AFK for some reason.
Because he was the one that was DC'd.
Spaghetti code.
Dude, can you imagine grand finals? They paused for like 5 minutes, and then all the dire gold goes to Radiant when they unpause.
Oh, mamma mia. Apologies to all those watching at home. This is usually the part where I'd be madly skipping on a recording, but unfortunately we can't skip forward in real time, so... You know, I don't actually think the, I don't actually think things change that much if Pit Lord is out and it's a 4v4.
Oh, that's messed up, man.
I know it's messed up, but this is a one-man team, that's not what that one man. He's basically off, like he's out of the game already. Randy, if it turns into a 4v5 and you walk out, will you at least come back for game 2?
We'll see how much data I have left.
There we go.
Wait, are you using your internet from your phone or something?
Yeah, his internet's out.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi is dead, so I set up a hotspot.
Damn, bro.
So,
Trigger wireless, let's go.
yeah, bro, I know. If it was last year's finals, I'd be upset. This year's finals, I don't really give a shit, to be honest.
What's your email, bro? I'll email you
Yeah.
some Wi-Fi.
Even with some data, dude.
Yeah, bro.
This is a clever tactic to get JB drunk.
They're trying to psych them out, you know, like get those warm mouse hands cooled off so they can't click buttons anymore.
Princess says, okay, JB, every shot. Every time there's a DC, take a shot. JB says he'll be dead by game 2. Very important dialogue going on. I guess we could use this time to take a look at some of the statues out here. Sadly, they've since removed the ability for casters to look at them really close unless you do some weird binding that I haven't done. But basically, here's Monkey King about to strike. Here comes the Nerf stick, says JB. It's like a decent statue. Whatever.
PoE? What's Poe?
Oh,
You can't play Poe?
the Sabo has an Ogre Magi statue that says, if seen, I've lost 25 MMR. Very sad. Reedy, of course, GIF hug.
Very nice.
Oh, PoE is Path of Exile, for the record.
Oh, interesting.
Why does Reedy do PST draft if he's not in PST? Yeah, I don't think missing the PST draft is a realistic prospect at this juncture.
10 p.m. draft.
Yeah, baby. We're really gonna sit here paused, waiting for Midge 1 to come back until 10.
Yeah, dude. My patience runs thin.
Good luck. What a tragic end to the season it would be. If one of the games
This
got
pause is
FF.
long enough that I can probably just drive over to Randy and let him use my hotspot next.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, there you go.
Bro, you have time to drive to McDonald's, bro, and take that fucking Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Yeah,
just a quick sign up for dial-up. Just get that.
You have time to call your internet provider and get a new
dude,
internet
I could call my fucking provider, reschedule the appointment to today, and they would get here and fix my internet by the time this game's up paused.
Have I told everybody live on stream that kitties are the most oppressed race in LD2L yet, and I'm the one doing the oppression, apparently? Because it's true. Kitties are the most oppressed race in LD2L, and I'm glad we all agree on that. If anybody has any slander If anybody has any libel,
Any grievances?
any grievances, please air them now. Randy, why don't you go first?
Well, I don't have any grievances.
Make something up.
No,
Who are your
sorry.
top? Who are your top 3 least favorite people in LD2L?
Well, number one is obviously this guy called BlueJay.
Yeah, that's
Holy
true.
shit!
Number one by far and away. And then you go like a distant second, and then you got Kitty. And then number 3 is also
Okay,
Kitty.
that's enough. No, I'm joking.
I don't have at least favorite people in LD2L.
Yeah, you do. Don't lie on stream.
Everybody in chat, type your top 3 least favorite people.
Yeah, we'll get a top 10. Let's see what we...
What's Majwani's rank? Too high for you. He's like Crusader.
Oh man, this really is gonna take a while. I guess this is a good time to really get to know each other, huh? This is a real bonding experience, guys.
Okay.
I'm waiting for fucking date on this shit. God damn it.
All right. Well, this seems like a good time to tell everybody some very amazing stories. BlueJay, you go first. Tell everybody about that time you pirated cable again.
I pirated cable?
Yeah, you like watched a WWE pay-per-view.
Oh no, I didn't pirate cable. I straight up stole like a pay-per-view. I went to my neighbor's house and I ordered like WrestleMania or whatever from their cable provider.
Wow.
From like their on-demand box. They had like a DVR box. You could just go and on-demand order that shit, the pay-per-view. So I went over to my neighbor's house when they were out for work. Okay, granted, I was a kid, man. I was a kid.
How old were you?
I think I was like in elementary school. Like right, it was before middle school.
So last time you
I went
said
over
this
to-
story, you refused to say your age at the time, so that's good.
Yeah,
Good to know you weren't
I
like-
was young.
Yeah, good to know you weren't like, oh yeah, I was a kid, bro. I didn't know any better, and it was like
It was last
17,
year.
yeah.
It was last year. Now, I remember I went over to their house when they like left for work. So like I went to their house and I just ordered the WWE WrestleMania so I could watch it before I went to school the next day.
And did you watch it?
What year
And
was it?
yeah.
What-
Oh, it was a long time ago. I remember I used to watch it from. I was watching it from like the window so that I could keep an eye on both the TV and the window in case they came home.
Wow, dude.
Like I didn't even enjoy it. I was like one eye at the window, one eye on the TV. Like holy shit.
Ill-gotten gains, bro. Ill-gotten gains.
Yeah. I think I just got a little too confident because like our families were very very close. I think I was a little bit too confident being in their house.
I really like
A little too
Howler.
comfortable.
Howler talks shit in chat, and then immediately gets told to shut up. Sad day for Howler.
Nobody suffers the way Howler suffers.
So anyway, tell everybody how like 6 years after you did that, you did the same thing except with porn.
What? Well, how else am I gonna get that premium membership to watermelonbooty.com?
You went over there. You were watching blue-footed boobies live, uncensored, and it turned out to be very very different from what you were thinking. But
Blue www.
you know what blue-footed boobies are, right, BlueJay?
No, but I don't want to know. Usually blue before something usually is bad.
They're birds.
Oh.
Just
Never mind.
regular. They aren't even lewd. They don't even do anything lewd. They're just blue-footed boobies.
Non-lewd birds, dude.
Yeah. Just
What the
good,
hell?
wholesome, family values birds who always
not even-
learn
it's
a
not even-
wholesome lesson.
It's not even worth a Google search at that point.
True. It's a good way to end up on a watch list for no reason. Like, the FBI is like, oh, this
That
weirdo...
bird watch list.
Yeah, the FBI is like, oh, this weird sex pervert is looking up boobies again, so you get the heat, but you don't even actually get to see boobies. It's like a lose-lose. And yeah, as a member of the FBI, I can confirm that on your file it does call you, quote, a creepy sex pervert.
What's your favorite color boobies?
Randy, why don't you answer that?
You thought about answering it, and he was like, never mind.
No, I was thinking how best to not answer the question.
Yeah, I don't see color, bro.
Yeah, there we
Oh,
go.
shit, dude.
Randy's vision
He's
is in black and
colorblind.
white. You know how like old people they like dreamed in black and white? Well, Randy sees everything in black and white. Which is color if you think about it. Randy, that's
Yeah, somebody
razors.
log into his account and just play for him, please.
This game isn't started by 6:25. I'm saving the rest of my freaking day.
Does anyone want to hear a fun history anecdote?
Sure.
All right. Well, since you said sure and have no idea what you're getting into, I'll at least let you pick the topic.
Oh, I thought you had one ready.
Well, I mean, I could just talk about anything, basically. In a way, I do have one.
Give me
ready.
some from. Give me from something from like 1375.
Okay, not a year. Yours are like that's too broad. Like a place or like a person.
Give me too
or
specific.
something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A place. Colorado, I guess.
Colorado. Nothing has ever happened in Colorado.
Find North Dakota.
Nothing has ever happened in any of the U.S. states individually.
Timmy Turner wished that there was one Dakota.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
Timmy
North
Turner once
Dakota.
wished there was one Dakota. I mean, yeah, really, there's not much to the histories of Colorado, and most of the history of Dakota is just kind of depressing things happen to Native Americans. I don't know if you really there's not much fun to be had there. Well, let's avoid states. Let's go for countries. Give me a country.
Not a lot of goofing around up there, huh?
Yeah, not a lot of goofing. Give me like a country. Countries are nice.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Give me a country that is less than 5 years old. Like a
Less
real
than
country.
25 years old?
Yeah.
What? So like a brand new country?
Not less, more than 25 years old. Trinidad and Tobago.
The new patch drop? You got the
Yeah,
new
there we
country?
go.
We got the new countries, dude?
No, it's still South Sudan. Sadly.
Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone is a very interesting situation because a lot of people know that Liberia was set up by the Americans as a strange and short-sighted abolition effort. Basically speaking, Liberia, which neighbors Sierra Leone, was established basically as a place where, the idea was that we would abolish slavery and that we would send all the African slaves in America out to Liberia, right? Send them out to Monrovia, where they would then have a new life in Africa and all of that. And it was basically the first type of abolition we kind of did. But what a lot of people don't know is that Sierra Leone is the exact same thing for the British. They were in the exact same boat for a much shorter time, because, actually earlier than the Americans did. Because Liberia in that situation was kind of like that from broadly like the 1830s until after the Civil War. Sierra Leone was a much shorter project on that front. Basically set up in that way around the turn of the 19th century, and it did not last long, but the British actually tried it first. They tried because they abolished slavery in the 1820s, and the first idea they had was just, okay, send them all back to Africa. We have this part of Africa right now, so send them here. It did not work. They did not want to do that. Now, of course, the slavery was a much less widespread thing in the UK anyway. But yeah, that's how they set it up. Oh my God, Majwani came back.
Oh
Holy
wow!
crap. I don't have
Moly!
to talk about Sierra Leone anymore. Thank God.
Alright, bro, you got one more disconnect before I conserve my data.
There we go. War once again. Oh, and one more thing. You know those like Far Cry games where it's like there's like the comically evil dudes who like have child soldiers and blood diamonds or whatever? Yeah, that's based on
Right.
Sierra Leone. In around 2000, both of those countries, Sierra Leone and Liberia, which have been very connected through history, we're in the state of like both of them being in a civil war, with like the bad guy side being Sierra Leone's rebels and the
You got plenty of time to finish the story, brother. Plenty of time to finish that story.
Goodbye, sis.
Sierra Leone's rebels and the legitimate Liberian government at the time.
Randy.
Shoutouts to Riot Police Fix. Just probably
He
Kai's
one-shot
ult.
Randy, bro.
Anyway. Yeah, they're doing 4v5. Alright, here we go.
Oh, they're going for it. Let's go.
Yep. As I stated earlier, I don't think this actually changes the equation of this game that much. As mean as it is to say, I think they can win without him. I think they can pretty much win without him. He is very far, like, out of this game. He's very far gone, and most of what he does, you'll be able to micro out from him.
I suppose.
But,
I mean, when you're this far behind, like every little thing helps, though. So
yeah, every little
it is-
thing helps, but, like,
it's heartbreaking.
he hasn't really been so far, unfortunately.
Oh Jesus.
Every little thing helps except for him. He just kind of doesn't have any impact on this game because it's a bad pit lord game. It doesn't get going well for him. I mean, it's not his fault. It's just like this is that's what you reap. If you're a pit lord, you really need somebody on your team to do the damage. You can be a great assistant. Like, as far as escort fighters go, you will find none better than pit lord. If there's somebody on your team who does do a lot of damage, you can stand right next to him. You can drop the crap on their head. You can drop the pin around their ankles.
Yeah.
Have somebody come in and really do the brunt of the work, do the job for you. Take them out. You know, you can get them across the map. You're shaving 35% off whatever the right click they're doing is, right? When it comes to being a great escort fighter, accept no substitutes. As far as making an already damage-happy team shine, Pit Lord, great for that. As far as making a team with massive damage issues like this shine, he has no role to play here. Everything he does, pretty much, is already done as well or better by the Disruptor, by the Treant if they were going to go that way. JB now
This is a very funny situation for the Radiant. They're no longer buying time for this Medusa. Now they're just buying time for his internet.
Yeah.
they need to hold out as long as possible for his internet to come back. All in preparation for game 2, if there is a game 2. Which I'm guessing they're gonna use a stand-in if this doesn't get fixed.
Yeah, more than likely. I'm guessing a stand-in probably comes out. There will, luckily, if nothing else,
Holly.
needs to be no shortage of candidates. The Static Storm this time did not come out right. Somebody's trying to micro Majwani back there, but
I think it's the Dusa.
that's probably Disruptor because he's dead.
Oh.
Oh man, this is heavy. Phoenix ult comes out here. Both the supports just melt in a half second. All Looter can do is just watch. Glyph comes out.
Unfortunately.
I don't mean to be a defeatist. I'm sure the Hollywood team will say asterisk on this game. I gotta be honest enough to say I don't think this particular encounter goes much better for the Hollywood team if Majwani is here at this juncture. This is just kind of exactly what I thought was going to happen if they got Aegis either way.
Yeah, I agree. There's no hate on the Looter team. It's just I think from the very beginning we kind of knew exactly how this game was going to play out, and it kind of played out
Yeah.
exactly that way.
It simply matched to expectations. That's basically the long and short of it. I don't think reasonably you could say that the Majwani DC had that much of an effect on it. I mean, the Majwani DC did not make Hollywood, like, beef the Static Storm there, right? Like, and well, that sucks, you know. I'm not saying Hollywood washed. I'm saying it super sucks to be in that situation to begin with. You never want to be in that situation where you have the, you have this one skill that everything is just weighted to. Everything on the Hollywood team was basically all about how effectively you could use the Static Storm. So losing it like that, super scuffed. They're just coming in trying to do something.
All they were missing was a puck, so that they could have 4 heroes and just keep them there, and then they all just look at them like, well, okay, now what do we do?
Static Storm coming out here to follow.
Give me a good Static Storm.
Nobody else's. At least not his own. Looter's going to come out one more time. He's actually going to get rid of the Phoenix here. Shanking ult coming out. Cuts down DK.
The final buybacks are about to come out.
Well, they can't even make.
Oh wait, no,
buyback. I don't think. They're actually still.
Well, I guess they
willing to
can't
try
get
and-
megas.
They're actually still willing to try and play this out, even with 2 lanes of racks gone down.
No, I get it. I think as much time as they can buy for his potential return, I think it's probably what they're gonna go for.
Potentially.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah, at the very least, if they extend the duration of this match, then they're going to have a much higher chance that Maj1's internet gets fixed. In the meantime.
Yep.
Where is Otto? That's a good question. The answer is spectating this game. PVC
I
in
guess
chat.
it's just unfortunate that this game 1 final isn't about who's gonna win, but how long is this gonna take for them to win?
Yeah. For the record, this is still game 1. This game had a legitimately around 30-minute pause or so, because Maj1 was DC'd. Then he came back, and then he DC'd again, so now we're 4v5ing. For everybody who's coming in late and has missed out, that's where our status quo.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Despair.
Saw
Radiant's top
finish
tower
up his
has fallen.
Octarine core. He's now actually taking first place in the server. Timbersaw is actually getting rid of the entire tree line over here, just making sure that Couples can't get up to anything funny. Again, Static Storm comes out, but again, it does really nothing much. Timbersaw actually
Trianol went out and got nothing out of it. He missed.
Timbersaw actually just ate the full Medusa ult right there. Phoenix
Medusa
has
got the
died.
coconut to the face during her hold.
Phoenix has died.
They got the Ricky.
This is a very confused fight, it feels like, on the part of the
Medusa's
Reedy
about to be
team.
out of mana. Yeah.
Seems like they had no clear objective, and it's really costing them a lot here.
It looks like they went into full team deathmatch mode.
It's under attack. Radiant's
Yeah.
top tower has fallen.
So they have baited a lot of buybacks, and they have, okay, Timbersaw's gonna get broken here. Yeah, baited a lot of buybacks.
The shards are coming in the back. This might be something. Oh, whoa. Oh my god.
Timber, like, in a 1v4, actually got
So
a
hard to
kill.
kill.
He got glimpsed. It was such an awkward glimpse.
As far as that goes, I
But-
think, yep.
Not actually going to save him. That's going to give a godlike to Medusa. Again, very confused. Like, is the Reedy team just trying to give them a chance or what? That was, like, horrible. They just fought, like,
Yeah.
every single person on the team in that fight had a very different objective, and it felt like it. Just very
That's what I was
cocky
saying
play.
earlier. Like, when you have that big of an advantage, you're gonna just throw yourself out there because you feel invincible.
Yeah, they're definitely doing that here.
And then you make these kind of mistakes.
Like I said, you know, this game is not over because the Bitlord left. Anything but. He's like,
Dire's middle
I mean,
tower
I hate to
is
say it
under
because it's going to sound really harsh. It's like the best person to DC if you had to have one person DC just because of how redundant his hero choice is in this game. Again, no slight on Maj1, slight on the pick there. It is not anything in this match.
Yep.
If you're going to have one person DC, that is the one to do it. This is definitely, like, even with a 30k net worth advantage and a massive disparity in kills, it is potentially possible that something comes out of this. I'm a little bit more optimistic than Gabe here.
Radiant are
Though it is notable that with Bitlord gone, it is saying that the Dire team has a 29 level advantage, which isn't exactly true. I mean, they probably
There's also
don't-
the possibility that Dire keeps getting a little bit too desperate to win, and they just keep doing that same thing over and over again.
yeah,
Until
that is,
Medusa just becomes the big problem.
it is potentially possible, though it is notable that basically no matter how the next uphill push goes, at the very least they're going to take this top Rex and make it Megas, which is a really nasty position for Medusa to be. Slows down your farm so much on a hero like that. You don't want to have dead waves giving you no money. You know, they're coming
And
to you
unfortunately,
freely.
the way Reedy likes to play Ricky is kind of that sort of overconfident, sort of dive a little bit too early type of play. I've seen him play Ricky before. He kind of tends to do that a lot. So hopefully he cleans that up just to finish off the game.
JB looking at Roche here.
Oh, this is going to be very important, especially with the way they like to play.
Yeah, if the first Aegis wasn't the backbreaker, this certainly will be. Even as much as they messed up with the first Aegis, it still actually ended up being quite a measure for them. So, Dragon Knight did get his egg, so now he does like almost damage at least.
And as
Ricky
far as
with Aegis.
buybacks, Radiant only has buybacks on one support and the Underlord.
Yes, who's back? Back again.
Oh wow. Mission accomplished. They stalled.
Yeah.
Never mind. Oh, what?
They're pausing so they can load back in. At the very least.
Oh, I see. I think they had plenty of time. I mean, this might be a do or die moment. There's no more buybacks, no more lifelines to be had here.
Yeah, this is it. Even if these guys all die, if they take Megas, I think this game is effectively over. I think it's just kind of a matter of time, even with the Medusa. At least Fitlord got his mech. There's that. He'll have his Greaves at 50 minutes. Of course, there is the always annoying situation of having to deal with these stupid Medusa illusions. Can easily just choke up a lane, basically. Coupler standing by the only trees that are still here. Coupler just walked into Sand King's IBS. It's kind of funny. He's just standing there, bro.
Oh, they're committing to going in. Oh, Static Storm drop. This is a big opening. Oh, Medusa ult down. Another big opening coming out. Oh, Ricky's taking a whole lot of damage here going in, though.
Lots of Sand King.
Reedy, just get in there. You have Vegas. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, the sun just died immediately.
What do you know? Yeah.
He just wanted to
Ricky's
get rid
being
of the
too precious about that Aegis.
DK dead.
And that's how the cookie crumbles, guys. On to game number 2, finally.
Medusa finally goes down, does not have buy. Ricky Aegis pops. Medusa's actually just shy of buyback too, which is the saddest part. They're really gonna glyph for this. Triana's just gonna walk out to make it so. We're saying GG, we're going next.
Yep. That was a very hard game to analyze. I think it was all like 90% draft here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very unfortunate thing. You never want to see that happen in a finals game, but it's just lost in draft. Simple as. Might have some frame drop here briefly. Hopefully that resolves.
I think this Hollywood team had to make some very creative choices with this draft, unlike the way they build and play, in order to make something happen. But they just went safe heroes with safe gameplay and safe items. There just really wasn't anything to do.
Yeah.
It didn't feel very dynamic.
This is gonna be tough. No matter how this went, this is gonna be tough, and it didn't look pretty. Even though Majwani came back, they actually are searching for a substitute for him. Well,
oh wow.
let's see what happens next time. For those of you on YouTube, anyway.